Butter up that popcorn, baby. It's time for Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Good morning. Now, this is an exciting new segment on Rise and Grind. We have with us today
Grand Ridge's premier unemployed movie expert, the Real Joe Buckley.
The Real Joe Buckley is here in studio. Say hi.
Hello, audience. Thank you. I'm very glad to be here.
Now, Joe is an expert on all things cinema. Is that right?
I would like to assume that I am. You know, I really love movies. I like watching them, and I like talking about them.
Now, Joe, you don't have a job.
No, I absolutely do not.
You don't have a driver's license,
No, my dad had to drive me here.
but you know a lot about movies.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the new movie releases coming up this weekend.
There's going to be some exciting stuff coming up. I'm here to talk about the Murder on the Orient Express.
Murder on Orient Express. Tell us a little bit about this movie, Joe.
So this is based on a Agatha Christie novel. So basically, there's a bunch of guys on the train and some women too. Somebody gets killed off, right? Bang! Right in the head. They don't know who did it. So there is a private investigator, this real good one, called like Herc.
Herc?
Yeah.
His name's Herc? Okay.
Yeah, on the train, right? So he's basically like investigating everybody, trying to see who murdered this guy and hoping he doesn't kill again.
Oh, so it's a murder mystery. It's a whodunit, a classic
Yes.
whodunit.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, who directed this movie?
The director of Thor, he did a lot of Shakespeare movies.
Okay, and what's his name?
His name is...
You're looking it up, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I don't know how to
I thought you
pronounce
knew
his
everything
name.
about movies, Joe.
That's not much of an expert thing.
Well,
You're supposed to be the most knowledgeable guy on movies in Grand Ridge.
You
Yeah,
promisst us.
I am. You know,
That's what your resume
I know
said.
about
That's-
movies.
That's
I
why
know,
we hired you.
I know about movies. I don't know about sports.
we're not talking about sports, Joe.
Who's the director, Joe?
The sport of film.
Is his name Kenneth Branagh?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, it's Kenneth Branagh, a very famous actor and director. He's not a new guy. He's not an up-and-comer.
No, definitely.
Who else is in the movie?
Willem Dafoe, who I'm
Oh.
excited about. I like Dafoe.
It's a pretty big cast, isn't it?
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
Who else?
Joe, you're supposed to come prepared, man.
I know I am. I did not think there would be actor questions.
Well, you didn't think we were going to ask about actors when we were going to ask about a new movie that's coming out? So
And now you're messing around on a tablet right in front of us. We're live on the air
There's
here.
Angry Birds on here. I don't know what to do.
You don't be playing Angry Birds while we're talking about movies. This
Oh,
is supposed to
no.
be Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Oh no.
is this how slow your tablet is in your basement?
Yeah,
the
it's very
the
slow.
basement home you live in?
I do live in the basement, but you know what? I vacuumed it yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Nice. Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you're very clean today.
Well, do you plan on going to see Murder on the Orient Express this weekend, Real Joe Buckley?
I think I might, yeah. I mean, whenever I saw the trailer, I thought, this looks pretty good. It looks a little bit like The Hateful Eight.
Okay.
I really enjoyed, so I might go see this, yeah.
So how many Real Joe Buckleys would you give Murder on the Orient Express?
Not seeing the film, I would give it 3 out of 5. Nice even score.
Well, there it is. That's a high suggestion from the Real Joe Buckley here on Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley. Thanks for coming in, Joe.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's time once again to check in with the Real Joe Buckley.
Hi, how you doing?
Now, Joe is Grand Ridge, Illinois' #1 cinematic master. He is a movie expert, and we are very fortunate to have him sitting in with us at the Wolf to give us his opinions and critiques of the upcoming movies.
Thank you. I'm kind of like Roger Ebert with a bowl cut.
That's fantastic, actually.
And accurate.
Very accurate.
All right, so Joe, we have Daddy's Home 2 coming out in theaters today. What can you tell us about that one?
So it's starring Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, John Cena, big guys. So I have seen the trailer, right?
Yeah. What'd you think of the trailer?
It looked okay.
What is it about? What's this movie about?
So, a couple dads, right, taking care of their kids, nice loving family, right?
Okay.
And they decide to, group their families together. They smush them together like peas and mashed potatoes, right,
Okay.
for Thanksgiving. And they're gonna have a nice, happy together Christmas, right? But both their dads are coming.
Oh, so the dads, played by Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, their dads are
Yes.
coming to them. So there's a whole lot of dads and a whole lot of mixed family. And
There's gonna be some old men shenanigans.
now, did you see Daddy's Home 1?
No, I did not.
Why not?
I haven't heard of it, and if I did, I probably wouldn't like it.
What's the tagline for Daddy's Home 2?
Daddy's Home 2. This ain't yo, Daddy.
All right.
So what are the odds of you going to check out Daddy's Home 2 this weekend, Joe Buckley?
Probably 0%.
Do you like comedy?
I do like comedy, but this it just doesn't really look like something I'd be into.
Well, do you think that it'd be a good movie for a family to go to? Just a good time out?
Maybe. Is it 13 or R?
I believe it's PG-13.
Okay, yeah, so there's probably gonna be some cussing and stuff, but you can go watch it with your kids or whatever.
So how many Real Joe Buckleys would you give Daddy's Home 2?
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5 Real Joe Buckleys just based on the...
Just the trailer.
The trailer.
Yeah.
Would you steal it on the internet?
No, probably not. I've got better stuff to steal.
Well, there you have it. Real talk with the Real Joe Buckley. He's not a big fan of Daddy's Home 2.
No. I say thumbs down with Daddy's Home 2.
You've never even seen it, Joe.
I don't need to.
Well, I love you. Thanks for coming in. We'll do it again next week.
No problem. Yeah.
Good morning. Yes, it's that time again. Real talk with the Real Joe Buckley. Good morning, Joe.
Hi, how you doing?
Now, if you've never met the Real Joe Buckley, he is Grand Ridge's premier unemployed movie expert, and he's here to talk about the latest release. What do we got coming out this week, Joe?
Oh, it's a big one. Good old Justice League.
The Justice League. Now, that's who's in the Justice League?
Batman, of course. Wonder Woman.
Okay.
She got her own movie, and now she's in this one.
Yep.
There is The Flash.
Oh.
Yeah, he's real quick. Mr. Fish. He's kind of like if Marilyn Manson was always in the shower.
Are you talking about Aquaman?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They rebooted him.
Aquaman or Mr. Fish. Okay.
I like Mr. Fish.
I like Mr. Fish, and then who else is on the team? There's one other superhero, part of the Justice League.
Oh.
Cyborg.
Oh!
There you
okay,
go.
Cyborg.
Yeah, he's a very important part of the team as well, Joe.
He hasn't gotten his own movie yet, so I don't know him.
Did you do your research on this before you came in here, Joe?
Yes, I watched the trailer.
All right, so we got all these superheroes together in the Justice League. So what are they doing in this film?
Yeah.
Okay, so a big scale, like big bad apocalypse happened, right? Somebody who's turning people into mummies or something.
Oh, really?
It looks like it.
And so
Disintegrating them.
And so the fellas in the Justice League, they band together and
stop the bad guys from turning the entire world into mummies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Joe, have you seen any of the other movies? I know, obviously, you haven't seen Batman vs. Superman.
No,
have you seen
no.
Man of Steel, Suicide Squad?
I haven't.
So, because you haven't seen any of the other movies in this extended universe, do you have an interest in Justice League after watching the trailers and researching?
No, I don't think I do. Yeah.
Are you biased against superhero movies, Joe?
Not
general?
against superhero movies. I'd say I'm a little bit biased against big budget franchise superhero movies.
Do you think it's in your estimation, do you think Justice League is going to be a good date movie?
Sure. Yeah, I think you could definitely take the lady or man there, whoever you prefer.
So if you had a date, would you take them to see Justice League?
Random chick I don't know at all.
Yeah, sure.
I'd say sure, probably. But if it was like a chick I already knew and it was like...
If anyone random wants to take Joe to see Justice League this weekend, hit us up 224-9653.
Yeah, I would have. Here's you're gonna have to provide your own transportation.
I don't have a ride, but I could probably get one for my father.
Make sure you wear your good sweatshirt.
Yeah, wear your best sweatshirt, and you're gonna need to bring money because Joe likes to eat a lot of snacks, and he has absolutely no money in his pocket at any time.
I do have $8 a day.
Grandma money?
Mother money, yes.
Mother money.
Mommy money.
Okay.
So how many Real Joe Buckleys would you give Justice League?
I'd say 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
You said you're not going to see it. You have no plans to see it. You don't want to see it, but you're giving it 2 out of 5 Real Joe Buckleys.
Well, I'm sure it's not going to be like bottom of the barrel. Like 1 out of 5 is sort of like trash, and then 0 out of 5 is like, ooh.
Well, there you have it. There's the Real Joe Buckley's take on Justice League opening nationwide today. It's going to be a huge, huge movie.
I don't know if it'll be that huge. It's already got like a 50 on Rotten.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
And good morning. It's time once again for Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
The always insightful, unemployed cinema expert of Grand Ridge. Joe, welcome back to the Wolf Studios.
Thank you. On the way here, I just ate a package of lunch meat roast beef, and it was cold and wet, and I just ate the whole thing.
Protein is good.
Yes.
Well, you don't want to ruin your Thanksgiving dinner. You got to think about that, Joe, but I appreciate you coming here fed because last week you ravaged the break room out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I bit one of your employees. I'm sorry. They tried to put their fingers near my mouth, and...
You were just eating American cheese by the fistful. It was really frightening.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So today's big release for the Thanksgiving holiday is an animated film.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Brand new Pixar film.
What's it called?
Coco.
Coco. Brand new Pixar animated movie, Coco. What's it about, Joe?
Music's been banned for this family, right? Mm-hmm. And it's about like these kind of like skeletons, like a festival of the dead, like skeletons type of thing.
Okay.
Sure. And they're like trying to go on a journey to get back the music in their hearts.
Okay, so it's sort of a soul-searching thing. It's not a literal. They're not literally looking for like musical instruments or anything, are they?
I mean, they kind of are. They're trying to find like physical music and stuff because it's been banned, so they're just trying to get it.
Are they literally skeletons?
Yes, they're skeletons.
So it's a whole family of skeletons, huh?
Well, it's one main skeleton, and I think there's like a child character.
But is the child a skeleton?
No.
No, so the child's got flesh and blood.
Yeah.
But everybody else is just a bunch of walking bones.
Around with bones.
Okay. Now, it's a Disney Pixar movie. Are you a fan of the animated films?
Somewhat, yeah. I do like Pixar a lot more than most of the other main, like, animation studios right now. Pixar's done some really good stuff.
What's one of your favorite Pixar movies?
I really, really like Up.
Did you cry during Up, Joe? A lot of people cry during Up.
I think I might have teared up a little bit in the opening.
Have you ever shed tears during any films?
Oh, yeah.
What's a movie you've cried about?
I was watching Casino, and they're just, like, beating his brother to death with baseball bats.
You cried over that, huh?
Sad, yeah.
I mean, his brother was a bad guy in that movie. They were all bad guys.
Oh, yeah, that's the point.
But you cried over his death in that movie.
It's sad.
Okay, that's a good point of reference for where you are at emotionally.
So you think Coco would be a nice movie to take the family out to this Thanksgiving holiday weekend?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's rated PG. I mean, yeah, you can bring the whole family and have a lot of fun. Because Pixar's been doing a lot of sequels recently. They did. So I'm hoping this is like a new, like, refreshing animated movie.
What would you call sequel to Coco?
I would call it Coco 2, Back in Bone Action.
I totally stand by it.
I would go see that film.
So how many Real Joe Buckleys do you give Coco?
I'll give it 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
That's the best best rating he's given so far.
Pixar's got a good reputation. I mean,
so with that being said, you're giving it 4 out of 5 Real Joe Buckleys. Will you be seeing Coco this holiday weekend?
If I was in the theater alone, I would probably pick this one.
If you were in there, what are you, teleporting into the theater? You have to choose to go to the theater, Joe.
True, you do.
So that's a no. You're not going to go see Coco. Do you have any?
Don't lie.
Don't lie to us, Joe.
Okay, I
be
won't
honest.
lie.
Look me in the eye and answer
Okay.
me. Are you going to go see Coco this weekend?
No, I will not, sir.
Okay, that's all I wanted. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, have a good one, you guys. Make sure to fill up your bellies with turkey. Yeah.
Good morning. It's time once again for Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Joe Buckley, thank you so much for being in the Rise and Grind Wolf studio.
Yeah, no problem. I'll come out whenever you guys want me to.
Now, if you don't know, the Real Joe Buckley is Grand Ridge's premier unemployed movie expert. We brought him on here on Rise and Grind to kind of tell us about the new releases in the movie theater. Now, today we're not going to talk about a new release. We're talking about an old movie that's getting a revamped release. Titanic is back in select theaters.
Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary of Titanic. Now, how old were you in 1997 when Titanic came out, Joe?
I was 2.
You were 2 years old when Titanic came out. Have you seen Titanic then?
Yes, I have. Not back then, but I've seen it now.
Well.
Yeah. No, I wasn't allowed in the theater. I was crying.
Now, what do you think of Titanic?
I do like it.
What are some of the things you like the most about Titanic? Is it the story? Is it just this time period, the music, the acting?
So it is really cool seeing like this 1920 ship, but the whole ship looks amazing, and like basically they actually almost sunk it. I mean, it looks fantastic. Like it's like 40 minutes of a ship sinking, and you can just watch this, and the characters try to survive it.
So what do you think of that? That's just the third act of the movie. You got a whole lot of meat before that.
You've got a lot of movie beforehand.
You've got the romance, the character development. Tell me how you feel about Jack and Rose.
Leonardo DiCaprio, I do really like him in that role. He's spunky, he's quick, and yeah, the budding romance is pretty cool to see. But more than the romance, I just like watching the ship and stuff like that. Like watching.
He likes the death and the destruction.
You like the death and the destruction. It's okay, Joe. Your favorite thing about Titanic is watching nameless, faceless people fall into the water and fall into the abyss of water. Yes, the propellers.
It's a propeller.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, Joe, I want to ask you this. Okay, so Titanic, I feel like it's on TV, just general cable TV, like every single day, multiple times a day. So why should somebody leave their home, the comfort of their home, and go see the reissue of Titanic in the actual movie theater?
Well, let me tell you, this thing, it's probably around 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
So you're not sitting there for 4 hours with a bunch of commercials jammed in, like just like Jello ads, like in the middle of a ship collapsing. Oh, and also you do get to see nudity.
Oh, that's right. There's some brief nudity in the movie.
TV.
Okay, so basically, let's break it down. Joe wants to see death and destruction.
Yes.
And he wants to see brief nudity. That's what he loves the most about Titanic.
And no commercials.
And
I
no
don't
commercials.
like commercials.
How many Real Joe Bucks do you give Titanic?
I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
You gave Coco, a movie that you have not
That's
seen.
just based on expectations.
Okay.
So you base all your ratings on expectations?
Well, the ones I haven't seen, sure. I mean, this is just a movie I have seen, and that's a rating I'll give it.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to say my gut instinct is to say it's always a pleasure talking to you, Joe.
Sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that, whether or not it's true.
Thank you, you guys.
All right, rousing suggestion from the Real Joe Buckley here on Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley, 96.5 The Wolf.
Yeah. I'm sorry I cut you off.
Good morning. Yes, it's that time once again for Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
That's right. Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert is here in the Wolf studio, and I can't believe we had you back, but here you are, Joe.
Yeah, hello,
Nice to see
folks.
ya.
How you doing? No, I'm sorry, but I ate all of your crackers and cheese outside in the lobby.
That's all right. That was left for you.
Okay, thank you.
I was wondering what that, that crumb trail
Yeah.
following you in here was.
Well, I knew it was probably for me because they were just scattered on the ground and not in a package, so thank you guys.
How did you get cheese in your ear?
I was very excited to eat.
Okay. Well, today is a very exciting day in the world of movies because, of course, if you haven't heard, today is the official release date of Star Wars The Last Jedi.
May the Force be with you.
There it is. Now, this is episode number 8 in the saga. This is a direct sequel to Star Wars The Force Awakens from 2 years ago. Tell me, Joe, are you a fan of Star Wars?
I do like the Star Wars. I like the mythology. I think the original movies are really well done.
Now, did you see The Force Awakens?
Yes, I did. I saw that in theaters, and I did enjoy it.
Okay.
I came out of the theater with a belated feeling.
So are you excited about The Last Jedi?
Somewhat, yes. I'm trepidatious. Because if they do what they did with the last one, they just remake A New Hope, or in this case, The Empire Strikes Back, I'll turn against them in an instant.
That's harsh words. Throwing some stank on it from the Real Joe Buckley. All right, now do you know what The Last Jedi is about?
Kind of. I mean, Rey is training with Luke on that kind of planet they found them in. So I saw a postcard that has Rey with like a robotic hand. So maybe she
a
gets
postcard.
a shop.
Well,
Did somebody send you a postcard, Joe?
Yes, yeah, my grandmother.
Really?
Yes.
and she sent you the Star Wars.
Was it a Christmas postcard, or was just?
Well, I think it might have, because she gave me $20, and I spent them all on magic
So it
cards.
was a card.
It's a card, Joe.
Is that a postcard? A postcard doesn't have an envelope that you can put something in.
So do you not
Okay.
know the difference between a greeting card and a postcard?
I don't know how to mail things. I'm sorry.
All right, Joe.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, do you like Yoda?
Yoda's cool with me. I'm fine with Yoda.
What about Chewbacca?
Yeah, I like Chewbacca.
Can you give us your best Chewbacca sound?
Sure.
That Chewbacca doesn't sound anything like that.
You try
I'm
one more.
sorry, it was
Try
like-
one more time. Try one more time.
Okay.
All right. Here's what Joe. We're gonna play a Chewbacca sound.
Okay.
And then you try and mimic that sound, okay? I think you're a little off right now. That's
Yeah.
fine. We're gonna play it one time. You're gonna get back on track, okay?
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be a lost cause at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not piano. You can't play me with the keys.
But I applaud your effort, Joe.
Thank you.
So, having watched the trailer, read the synopsis, seen the other movies in the saga, how many Real Joe Buckleys do you give Star Wars The Last Jedi?
4.5 stars. But if they dare even say the word Empire, it's going down to 1.5.
So even if one random character says the word Empire,
1.5.
automatically goes to 1.5 Joe Buckleys.
1.5.
It's not fair, Joe.
Oh, well, you know what? Disney shouldn't have messed with the Real Joe Buck.
Real Joe Buckley is a harsh mistress.
Yes, and let me tell you, I ain't no Elvira.
All right, Joe, it was great having you in here, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon.
Cool, excellent. Yeah.
Good morning. Yes, it's that time again. The Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
And we were sitting here with Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, Joe. Welcome back to the Wolf Studio.
Hi, how are you folks doing?
Very good, Joe. You look good.
Thank you. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'm like a little reindeer.
You didn't bring us any presents, though.
I'm sorry. Look, there's a crocodile with teeth. You may have this.
That's ours, Joe. You just grabbed that off the desk.
You can't walk into a person's house, pick up something that they own, and try to give it back to them as a gift.
I'm sorry. I thought it was Christmas.
Well, speaking of gifts and Christmas is less than 3 weeks away at this point. So, Joe, we had you in here to kind of talk about some Christmas cinema. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, now I want to ask you a little something.
Okay.
If you could remake any classic Christmas movie with yourself as the lead character,
Okay.
what character would you want to play and why?
Well, it's really a no-brainer. I would love to be the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Is that a
How is that a Christmas? Explain to me how the Hunchback of Notre Dame is a Christmas character.
And why are we saying Dom?
Is that the fancy way to say it? Notre Dame.
So he lives in stone walls. They're very, very cold during the winter, and I believe it might be winter during the movie. I mean, they wear a lot of wool. Wool, that's a Christmassy clothing.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame is not a Christmas movie, Joe.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. My remake would be a Christmas movie, though. He would have a beard. He would have a sack of presents. That's why he's so hunched back. He had presents on his back for all the little good boys and girls, and it eventually crippled him.
So you're saying the Hunchback of Notre Dame was actually crippled up Santa in surprise?
I think so. I think that's my reimagining.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna reboot it.
You are twisted, Joe.
I'm sorry.
All right, so now for this next segment, I am going to say the title of a classic Christmas film, and it's going to be a word association.
Okay.
You say the first thing that pops in your mind.
Okay.
A Christmas Story.
It's a Red BB gun. Should dry out.
Elf.
Yeah, he's drinking syrup.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Dead man.
I guess.
Christmas Vacation.
Ooh, he's burning the tree, and the cat's in it.
Miracle on 34th Street.
There's a lot of singing.
Thank you, Joe. Well, that was enlightening as always.
Yeah, as always, the Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley Christmas edition.
Yeah.
You know, I think we'll talk to you a little later. You mind sticking around for a little bit?
Sure, I can stick. I mean, I was just going to, stay outside for a couple hours.
Don't stay outside in the cold, Joe. It's cold outside.
Okay.
You can stay, not in the studio necessarily, not near us necessarily, but in the building, but not outside.
Okay, cool. Like the garage part?
Yes, you can stay in the garage.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
We don't want you to look like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
And yes, we are back. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert. And Joe, thank you for hanging out. And how's the garage?
It's very good so far. I found a nice warm place to cuddle up like a big overgrown cat.
So we were talking Christmas movies because 'tis the season here on 96.5 The Wolf, and Joe, as our Christmas movie expert, or just cinema expert in general, decided to ask you some more Christmas movie questions. Sound good?
Sure. Bring them on.
If someone only has a chance to watch one holiday film this season, what should they watch and why?
I would say check out Krampus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I really liked Krampus. It came out about a year or two ago.
Now give the synopsis for Krampus or Krampus for those of you people who don't know.
So a little boy, he's got a rude Christmas family. They're always knocking at the candy canes and taking the gingerbread and stepping on it and stuff like that. So he wants things.
What?
Yeah. So he wants them to have a nice, friendly Christmas together, but the fat boy's chugging Mountain Dew and burping, and he rips up his note to Santa Claus and tosses it out the window, and that gets the Krampus to come. It's like the bat signal, ripped up Christmas notes to him.
So Krampus is like the evil, twisted, demonic Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's come to punish all the people that are not good at Christmas.
And this family's gonna get one heck of a spanking, if you know what I mean.
I kind of do it, I kind of don't.
Yeah.
No spoilers, Joe.
Okay.
No spoilers, Joe.
There are some fantastic practical puppet effects. I really like whenever they do that kind of stuff. A lot of unique monsters in this one.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. Go check it out.
Krampus, okay.
Nice. If you could take any established film, any non-Christmas movie, remake it in a Christmas setting, what would you pick and why?
Well, it's a pretty obvious choice. I would take Halloween and remake it on Christmas. Nobody's going to be expecting it.
So basically, would it would take place on Christmas then?
Yes.
But Michael Myers, instead of killing his sister on Halloween, he killed his sister at Christmas. So it's the exact same movie, except it's set on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Well, it would be kind of like a reboot sequel, right? So Michael Myers, he gets back out of the insane asylum, but his watch was broken. He's 2 months late. So he's just gonna kind of have to make do with what he's got. Maybe take a nice icicle and stab his sister with that.
Well, Joe, that was insightful as always.
Yeah.
Thanks again for sticking out and
Yeah,
hanging
no
out with
problem.
us.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
All right, well, you can go ahead and leave, though.
Okay,
Thanks, Joe.
Okay, okay. Should I just take off the headphones?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, leave the keys to the barn,
Yeah.
too.
Okay, yes. Okay, I think my dad will pick me up in 4 hours, so.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
Be out there waiting.
You can walk over to college. I don't care what you have to do. Just don't wait here.
Yeah!
Good morning. Yes, it's that time again for Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Of course, Joe Buckley is is the premier unemployed cinema expert from Grand Ridge. Joe, thank you very much for coming back to the Wolf Studio.
You carry a good scent with you today, so I do appreciate that. It's like a peppermint combination of cinnamon and bologna.
Yeah, well, I actually just had some soft turkey meat and cheese beforehand, so that's probably what you're smelling.
That's part of it.
So where's the peppermint coming from?
I like candy canes. I mean, so basically they started discounting them before Christmas because nobody likes to buy them, so I just pick up handfuls of them and chew them.
Well, that's perfect, Joe, because that's actually kind of why we invited you in here. I mean, obviously, you're Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, but at the same time, when it comes to watching movies, and especially holiday movies, you need to have a holiday snack with your holiday movie. So I'm going to ask you, what are your favorite holiday snacks and holiday cookies to pair with holiday classics?
Okay, so here's what you gotta do. You get the classic chocolate chip cookies, like right out of the oven, right?
Yeah.
And then some warm cocoa with like a little dollop of peppermint stuff in them. Like
Okay.
liquid
Oh,
peppermint.
yeah.
Or what you can do is you could take a candy cane, you could shave it, and then you just drizzle the peppermint little chunks in the cocoa.
Joe, have you ever shaved a candy cane and put it in hot cocoa?
Well, no, normally I just take like a hammer or my fist and I break it up.
Joe, have you ever actually made Christmas cookies?
I have. I go over to my grandmother's, I eat the raw cookie dough. I get there 5 hours late.
She lets you put your hands in the oven?
No, I take a spoon, like just the batter, because she's making cookies all day. So I just take some of the batter.
Which she's done.
Well, no, she's still making them.
Okay, so you're taking a spoon that's clean, you're getting some of the batter, you're putting that spoon in your mouth, taking it back out, now covered in saliva and Joe juice, and then sticking that right back into the very batter that's going to be made into cookies for you and your kith and your kin.
No, I don't double dip the batter. I do one and done, new spoon.
I
Plastic
don't believe it
spoons.
at all. I'm looking at you. There's no one and done when it comes to eating batter with you, Joe Buckley.
Well, I will have
Lie to
several
me.
spoons. I'll have several spoons.
So
but
she's
they
okay
also-
with washing like a half dozen spoons just so her grown cherub grandson, baby boy Buckley here, can be scooping in and getting a sweet taste before everybody else?
I like the chocolate chip cookie dough.
Apparently.
Yeah. I mean,
Joe, I have an idea for you.
Okay.
Your grandmother has been making you Christmas cookies your entire life. How about you surprise her this year when you go over with your own very Real Joe Buckley baked batch of cookies?
Yes.
And what would you cook for your grandmother?
Okay, I would do maybe, because she's mildly diabetic now, so you gotta be careful with the cookie. So maybe I would do like fruit cookies. Like you take like a pear slice, right, and then you you take some peanut butter, you put it on the top, and then you mush like an apple on it.
How's that a cookie?
That's kind of a cookie.
So you're saying,
That's
Joe,
an apple and pear slice with peanut butter on it.
you want to take a handful of different fruits and peanut butter, smush it together to feed to your mildly diabetic grandmother because she can't have regular cookies.
Well, she could probably have one regular cookie, but she'd want to eat the whole batch if her grandson made it.
Okay, that's enough. That's the Real Joe Buckley, everybody. Time to go. Thanks for thanks for everything you've done for us today, and you know,
No problem.
the best of luck to you and happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Ho, ho, ho!
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning. Yes, it is that time again. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
We are here with Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, Joe Buckley. Now, Joe, you have a good New Year's?
Yeah, I did. I had a real fun time. What I did was I stayed in my basement alone, and I ate Christmas chocolate that I bought for half off.
Now, do you have any big resolutions for 2018?
Yes. This year, I would love to eat more hamburgers.
Just plain old hamburgers, huh?
Oh, yeah. Maybe cheese on them? Yeah. Mushrooms. I like mushrooms on my burgers.
Have you started already? Did you have any burgers?
Yes, I did.
All right, Joe. Well, this week's movie came out a little bit ago, but with the holidays, everyone was excited and everybody was busy, so it took us a while to get to this one. But we're talking Pitch Perfect 3.
It does not look good.
You didn't actually see it?
No, I did not.
It's been out for like 3 weeks, man.
Yeah. I was gonna bootleg it, but then my internet was down.
You don't steal movies.
Oh, okay.
Well, did you watch the trailer at least for
Yes,
Pitch
I
Perfect 3?
watched the trailer.
Are you familiar with the Pitch Perfect series?
No, I mean, I looked at the Wikipedia for the 3 films.
Oh, gosh.
All right, well, what did you think about the Pitch Perfect 3 trailer?
No, it doesn't look watchable.
No?
No. There's a bigger woman, and her name in the series is Fat Amy.
Okay.
And they make a bunch of different jokes about like how she, like in one part of the trailer, she pretends to be a ninja, she's got like a strand of like sausages, and she's like flinging them around like nunchucks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the movie's about singing, though. Isn't it Pitch Perfect? All those movies are about singing.
Yeah.
It's like an a cappella group, right?
Yeah.
Well, in this one, there's like a plot to get Fat Amy, because I guess her dad's like a criminal, so he wants to like get her money, because I guess she's got like a lot of it, so he kidnaps the Bellas on like a boat.
So that's the singing group, the Bellas.
Yeah. So I don't know why it's called Pitch Perfect. But.
So this is just
Because
basically
singing pitch, and they all sing in unison. They sing a cappella. They all have perfect pitch together.
Yeah.
That's why it's Pitch Perfect.
But like in all the advertisement, they say like something like, "Oh, stay away from this, you pitches," and it's like naughty because they just substitute
It's a good pun. It's a good pun.
play on words, Joe.
Yeah, I get it.
You can say anything you want if you say pitch. Joe, you're being a pitch.
Ah, yeah. Oh, my mother, she's one nasty old pitch.
Oh,
See, it works.
It totally works.
Joe, will you sing your final rating for Pitch Perfect 3 right now?
Ooh, 0 out of 5.
You just said it in like a high-pitched lady voice.
Do you not understand what singing is?
You gotta hold out a note. Match my pitch, Joe.
Okay.
Why do you sound like a dying hippo?
I don't know. I mean, I was watching the Jumanji trailer.
All right,
So
well.
Oh, you were at least watching the trailer for Jumanji?
Yes.
All right, you're doing some research.
Yeah.
All right, you stick around. We're going to talk about Jumanji here as well on the Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Yeah.
Yes, it is that time once again. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Yes, we are here with Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, Joe Buckley. Now, Joe, we sent you out to see Jumanji this week. What'd you think?
I mean, I really like the trailer.
That's a good start. Now, what'd you think about the feature?
Well, I mean, the thing of it was, okay, so I went to the theater, right? And so the popcorn machine was on the fritz, so I had to spend my time helping them fix the popcorn machine. And then by the time that was finally done, I mean, the movie was over.
Yeah, okay.
You couldn't go another day? They didn't give you a free pass because you helped them with the popcorn machine?
No. They told me to go outside and just go in the cold.
Do you even know what Jumanji's about?
Yeah. It's about like a board game, and then whenever you play it, it sucks you into the jungle.
Now, is this a remake of the Robin Williams one, or is it a sequel? Or
It is a loose reboot sequel. They do mention that the events of the original Jumanji took place 20 years ago, but
So
it's basically...
it's a sequel.
Kinda.
If they talk about the first movie
Yeah.
and that exists in that world, it is a sequel.
Yeah.
Joe, are you ever actually going to see a movie that we send you to see?
I did see Star Wars.
We give you...
After the fact.
Yes.
You saw it after we talked about it.
Yes.
So that doesn't count.
Okay.
You got to be held accountable.
Okay.
Your work performance has been lacking.
Yeah, I
lately.
know. I'm sorry.
So we're bringing in another special guest, JR from Afternoons here on 96.5 The Wolf. And JR, we asked you to go see Father Figures, I believe. And what did you think?
I loved it. It was a really good movie. Now, I was expecting more humor in it, but there were some really deep parts. I mean, it was kind of I wasn't really expecting it, but I have to say Ed Helms and Owen Wilson played a really good part, and I didn't think Terry Bradshaw was not bad either, actually. He did a pretty good job acting.
No, JR, let me confirm this. You actually bought a ticket, you went into the theater, you sat down in a theatrical setting, and you watched the film that we asked you to watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. See how easy that is, Joe Buckley?
Okay, well, I mean, normally, I have an iPod Nano, right? And I try to take it into the theater to make bootleg recordings. But they don't let me do that.
No, Joe.
Okay.
You don't need to make bootleg recordings. You don't need to be fixing popcorn machines.
Okay.
All you got to do, the only job that you need to do, that you're paying to do, is to go into that theater, plunk your butt down in a seat, and watch the movie. That's it.
Yes,
that is all you got to do, man. And you can't. You fail at that. We got JR here with the velvet voice, always pleasant, and he actually does what we task him to do. So why? I want to ask you this.
Okay.
Why should we keep you around when we got the wonderful JR here?
So the thing of it is, like, whenever I go to the theater, I always notice that they have Coca-Cola products, right? But not only...
You're stalling.
I
Why
know.
should we keep you
I'm
on?
like the Pepsi to his Coca-Cola, and everybody likes some Pepsi.
Wow.
Okay, Joe, if you come in here one more time fumbling on your iPad, looking at Wikipedia, trying to look up the movie right before we get on the air, I swear to you, you will not be coming in this studio anymore.
You can hit me if you want.
No, we're going to hit you with end of friendship.
Okay, and unemployment.
Yeah, well, you're already unemployed.
Yes, I am.
All right, Joe. Well, JR, thank you very much for doing what we asked. You are a saint. You are an angel. And a very handsome man, I must say.
Well, I appreciate that, and I hope one day to be on the big screen as well.
Fantastic work, JR. Joe, terrible work as always.
I'm so sorry.
There it is. Always a pleasure, always exciting. Mr. Real Joe Buckley, have a great weekend, my friend, and, you got one more chance.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it is that time again. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
We are here with Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, Joe. Welcome back to the Wolf Studio.
Glad to be back. How are you folks doing?
Fantastic. Now, we sent you out to see The Commuter.
Yes, I heavily enjoyed it.
Yeah, with Liam Neeson.
Yeah. I like whenever he punches wolves.
Did he punch any wolves in this one?
No. I was heavily disappointed.
But you saw The Gray. You're referring to The Gray.
Yeah.
The Wolf movie. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. So what's The Commuter about? What's the basic plot?
So a family man is on a business trip on a train. A random woman comes up to him and says, okay, if you find out who doesn't belong on this train, I'll give you $100,000. But you only got like a couple hours to do it. But I don't want to get into spoiler territory here, but let's just say that hijinks ensue.
So if you could change anything about The Commuter, Joe, what would you change about it?
I mean, I would make it a hard R. Like, what I would do, I would probably add, like, a little bit of gore.
It is PG-13, so
yeah.
you can take the kiddies to this one.
Fairly tame.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I mean, I want more language, maybe some mild nudity.
No, of course.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm paying the $750. I mean, come on, give me something.
I got a question for you, Joe.
Okay.
Something has come to my attention recently here on Rise and Grind. Have you ever been sledding?
Yeah, I have.
You know who hasn't? This guy.
I've never been sledding, Joe.
I mean, it's fun. It's very cold.
You
and
enjoyed it?
I don't like the hike. I don't like walking up the. I like going down
That's
it,
what
but I
John
don't like
said.
the walk up. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys, if you go, whenever I was sledding as a child, there's a big steep hill in Ottawa. So yeah, I'm a big chubby boy, so I go down real fast, and I missed the landing. So basically, I skid across the road and I like hit a building.
How'd the building fare?
The building was fine, and luckily I was fine because at that point I had
Well, I know you're
basically
fine.
stopped. Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
So, Joe, question for you. This next big snow we get here in the Illinois Valley, can we get a sled? And I want to bring Ryan on his very first virgin sled run in the Illinois Valley. But if I can, if it's cool with you, I'd like to put you as kind of the anchor at the front of the sled, kind of like in Cub Scouts in the Pinewood Derby, where you need to put a weight at the front of the front of
So
the
he's
car,
going to be in front of me?
so it goes faster. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay, because I thought if he's going to be behind me, inertia-wise, he's going to roll me over like a bowling ball. I'm going to be flat as
I'll be
pancake.
the.
I don't want to look like a dead squirrel in the middle of the road, you know what I mean?
No, I'll be the bracer for the impact.
So you'll be in front of me?
Yeah.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah, it'll be like.
And I steer you by just grabbing your ears and yanking you to and fro. Is that how I steer the sled?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just punch you in the back of the head when I want you to go left.
But you know you're gonna have to straddle him, right?
What?
Your boys are gonna have to be on his boys.
There's no boys. When it comes to Joe Buckley, there's no boys beating boys.
No, just climb on my back. It'll be fun.
No, I don't like this.
No, come on. We're going sledding with Uncle Horsey.
Okay.
All right, so how many real Joe Buckleys would you give The Commuter?
I'd say The Commuter gets a solid 3 out of 5.
Very good. Well, there you have it. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley. As always, it has been a pleasure, my friend. And thank you for watching the movie this week.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I mean, I always try to entertain.
You've redeemed yourself.
Yeah.
And yes, it is that time again. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Yes, we are sitting here with Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, the Real Joe Buckley. Welcome back to the Wolf Den, Joe.
Yeah, hello, people. I mean, I'm glad to be here because there's a lot of bones scattered on the floor, so I like that.
There's no bones in here, Joe.
Wow. Yeah.
Are you talking about Bucky McDeer?
Yes.
The deer
There's
head
bones
we have
on the wall. We have bones on the wall.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of counts because the floor is just a wall but upside down.
Hey, isn't your
I can't argue against that, Joe, honestly. It's pretty decent logic.
So the last movie that you went out to see is a fairly recent release. It's a kid's movie, Paddington 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big, lovable bear. How can you not love him?
All right, well, so the story of Paddington 2, as I understand it, is Paddington, he's trying to save money to buy a book for his aunt for her birthday.
Her 100th birthday. She's old.
Aunt Lucy's 100th birthday, and unfortunately someone steals the book, and they assume it's Paddington, and he's sent to prison.
Yeah, no, it's awful.
It is like the most positive reviewed movie of all time on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's still at 100%. Nobody's bombed it yet.
So a children's movie about a cartoon bear that goes to prison is the best reviewed movie of all time.
That's right. Now, prison is known for ingenuity. And what I mean is a lot of prisoners have to invent their own kind of nacho cheese, their own kind of bologna. I mean, there's those prison recipes. If you were in prison, Joe, and all you had was a can of Spam and maybe some mustard and jelly beans, what kind of a meal would you create in your cell?
I think like what I would do is I would kind of like mush the jelly beans together like with my thumb and index finger, and then I would take the mayonnaise and just kind of throw it out the window. Like I would wait till a guard was walking by and just throw it on him.
Well, if you throw mayonnaise at a guard, Joe,
can't hit
He's
me.
going to end up in solitary confinement.
Exactly what I want.
so how many real Joe Buckleys would you give Paddington 2?
I would give it 4 bear claws out of 5.
Would that be cannibalism if Paddington ate a bear claw?
I think that might have been explored in the first one, actually, because he had a twin brother and he ate him in the womb, I believe.
No, he didn't.
I think.
Paddington.
I know nothing about Paddington. I know he did not eat his twin brother in the womb.
I want to watch Paddington now. I
Yeah.
really want to see these films now.
Yeah, no problem. Just go check them out.
Hey, Joe, will you stick around here for a little bit? Because I don't know if you know about this, but Ryan is doing some crazy stunt today. He's eating the devil's toe.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I'll stick around.
All right.
The hottest
Yeah.
lollipop of all time.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
And yes, it is that time once again. Real talk with the real Joe Buckley.
Yes, we're here with Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, the real Joe Buckley. Joe, welcome back to the Wolf Den.
Yeah, hey people, how are you doing?
You look great today.
Thank you. I slept on the floor before I came here.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Now tonight, 50 Shades Freed, the third installment of the 50 Shades series, the romantic S&M series, is out just in time for Valentine's Day. You excited, Joe?
Oh, I kind of.
Are you familiar with the movies? Have you seen them, Joe?
No, I haven't.
They're kind of sexy, kind of weird,
yeah.
kind of...
Yeah.
I think they'd be right up your alley, actually.
I think you'd be into it. It's just creepy enough that would probably be within the Joe Buckley ballpark.
Would you be interested in maybe live right now? We can read some scenes from the previous movies, do a little role-playing action,
Yeah.
like in the movie, and
Yeah.
get people
Yeah.
excited and in the romantic spirit.
Yeah, this will be an audition.
Okay.
Okay, you're auditioning. We've got a scene here from 50 Shades of Grey, the first movie. And in this scene, I will play Mr. Christian Grey, and you play Anastasia Steele.
Okay.
So Christian Grey is the young millionaire playboy, and Anastasia Steele is the young literature student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Well, if you're ready, we'll do this scene.
Sure.
Okay.
And go.
Roll your eyes at me again, and I will put you across my knee.
They go back to her apartment.
Did you just roll your eyes at me?
No.
Christian Grey takes her to a couch and bends her across one knee.
Do you know why I'm doing this?
Because I rolled my eyes.
And is that polite?
No.
Excuse me?
No, sir.
Do you want more? Welcome to my world.
Welcome to your world.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
This is awful.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't do terrible there, Joe.
Okay, thank you.
You sold Anastasia a little bit. So how about we switch it? I have another scene here, and how about we switch the roles? So in this one, I will play Anastasia, and you can play Christian Grey.
Auditions for 50 Shades Freed, take 2.
Say I did stay.
No, I'm playing Anastasia.
Come on,
okay.
stay with the program here,
Okay,
Joe.
I'm sorry. I'm not good. Yeah.
Strike one. You're
Uh-oh.
getting a real spanking in a minute.
Uh-oh, my glasses.
Here we go. Say I did stay. What would happen?
First, I would help you out of that little dress of yours.
Yes.
Oh, and then I'd be pleased to discover that you're naked underneath.
Really?
What else would she be underneath? What else would she be underneath?
I like a petticoat.
Is it like the 1800s? You got a big corset on underneath there? Maybe a chastity belt?
Joe, you know what? That creeped me up enough.
Okay.
Creeped me out enough. So I think that was okay.
Because I think the thing of it is, they ran out of the book already, so I think it's prime time for a remake. So I think I would be good in either role. Because, I mean, I like to dress up like a lady. Oh,
He
yeah.
is single, ladies, so if you are looking for a Valentine's Day date, the real Joe Buckley is available. 224-9653. Let us know.
Yeah.
Thanks for braving the snow and coming in today, Joe.
Hey, speaking of the snow, you want to hang out and talk about the Winter Olympics for a second?
Oh, sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I like sports. Yeah.
And yes, it is that time once again. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
Here to talk with Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert, the Real Joe Buckley. Welcome back to the Wolf Studio, Joe.
Yeah, hi, people. I mean, I'm sorry I came in so messy, but it was windy out and I had a hat.
So the big release this week is Bruce Willis in the remake of the classic movie Death Wish. Now, have you seen the original Death Wish with Charles Bronson?
No, I haven't. It's 74 classic, but I haven't seen it yet.
Aren't there like 4 sequels?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
bunch.
All the way up to Death Wish 5. Yeah, all with Charles Bronson, all more ridiculous as the movies went on. Joe, are you a fan of Bruce Willis?
I like a lot of the stuff he's in. I think he's a pretty good actor.
So if you could go back in time, all right, and you could kick Bruce Willis out of any major Hollywood role that he's had, and you could play that part, what would it be?
I'd pick Die Hard 3.
Why?
Because he'll be in 1 and 2, right? There's Bruce Willis just smiling along, clapping, he's
Yes,
laughing.
in this hypothetical situation, yes.
Okay. And then all of a sudden, there's some weird boy with like a bowl cut in Die Hard 3, and nobody will know what happened. Nobody knows how it happened, and it'll just be some weird industry movie thing that
It's
everybody
not
references.
referenced ever. It's
No.
not referenced
No.
ever. Same character name.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
just-
would be a cult
Yeah.
classic.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There's just like a portly boy who doesn't like to move much.
So, if you were going to become Bruce Willis, you'd probably have to shave your head, though, because his bald head has kind of become one of his trademarks in recent years. Would you be okay with shaving your head?
I don't know if I can. I might have to take the hair and glue it together and then make a Joe wig out of it.
Joe, in all seriousness, all right, St. Baldrick's is coming up on St. Patrick's Day at Jeremiah Joe's in Ottawa. How much would it take for the Wolf listeners to donate for you, the Real Joe Buckley, to shave your head for St. Baldrick's?
$1,000? $500?
A legitimate number, Joe. What would it take?
It's for a great cause.
8 thou? It is a great cause. Yeah, I don't look good bald. I look like
Have you ever seen yourself
Uncle
bald?
Uncle Munster.
Have you ever shaved your head?
No, I haven't.
Well, here's the deal. If we donate if enough money gets donated, we shave your head, and then we will shoot a low-budget remake of Die Hard 3.
There it is. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
How about $200?
How about 5 magic cards and a 6-pack of Monster?
And the bologna.
It's a bologna. Would that do
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Some
I'll do
olive
it.
loaf? Some pimento loaf?
Oh, no. I like the good stuff.
How
Pork
about-
salami?
Well, there you have it. Death Wish is out in theaters today, starring Bruce Willis. Obviously, Joe has not seen the movie that we asked him to see.
No. We're used to it now at this
No.
point. Thanks as always for stopping in, Joe. It's great to see you.
Yeah.
And yes, it is time for Today in Cinema History with our cinema expert, the Real Joe Buckley.
Hello there, people.
Now, today in cinema history, March 2nd, 1933, this very day, the classic King Kong was released. It premiered in New York City. Tell us about King Kong, Joe.
So, King Kong, right? It's like a black and white movie from the classic 30s. There's a filmmaker going out to a mysterious island, Skull Island, right? And like they get there, they go from a boat, right? It's all wet. People are sopping wet. It's cold. It's blistering hot. It's all wet. There's waves. You get seasick, and then they finally get to the island, and it even gets worse because there's like tarantulas and bugs all flying around. But you know what's even worse than that?
What?
There's like a 80-foot ape. And he's just stomping around in like the wilderness. He like punches a T-Rex. He like punches a stegosaur, a brontosaur.
And then what else happens in the movie?
Okay, so there's a pretty young lady. She's blonde. King Kong likes blonde. So he like grabs her. I don't know how he doesn't like pop her like a tomato, but he like grabs her with like his big like giant fist. And but then he lets her go because he's in love. He's King Kong. So they somehow get him onto this boat, even though he's a big giant monkey. And then they take him and they show him off on display. And this angers King Kong. He doesn't like being shown off to random, dirty, disgusting New Yorkers. Probably spitting on the ground. They just leave their chewing gum all over. And they're taking cell phone pictures of him.
No, it's 1932.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not taking selfies with King Kong in 1932.
Well, I mean, you could turn the camera around and wait for the bulb to go off, and then you can just rechange out the bulb.
No.
So how does King Kong end?
There's a big monkey on top of the Empire State Building, right? There's giant planes. He's he's climbing up higher and higher. And as he gets to a dizzying height, it's like Vertigo. It's Vertigo made 30 years before. The love for this woman consumes him to save her, and he plummets to the ground and dies.
And that is King Kong 1932, as brought to you by the Real Joe Buckley, Grand Ridge's premier unemployed cinema expert. Thank you, Joe, for that beautiful and lovely and visceral and vivid summary of King Kong.
Oh yeah, no problem. You can check out my audiobooks, I'm sure. Yeah.
And yes, it is that time once again. Real Talk with the Real Joe Buckley.
That's right. Grand Ridge's premier cinema expert unemployed is here hanging out in the Wolf Den. And Joe, it's been a while since you've been here. Where you been? What have you been up to?
Oh, bus fare is just tremendous now. I can't believe it.
There's no bus in the Illinois Valley.
It's going through the roof.
All right, Joe. Well, the big movie release, I mean, probably one of the biggest movies of the year to be released today, of course, is Avengers Infinity War. 10 years in the making, this movie is.
I don't know where those Power Stones are going, but you better believe Spider-Man's gonna get his webs on them.
So I was thinking, Joe, since you're from Grand Ridge, let's say there was a team of superheroes just from Grand Ridge. What would your superhero be?
Okay, so basically my superhero name would be the Puxatawny Wiggler.
You're from Grand Ridge?
No. The boy was born in Puxatawny, Pennsylvania, right? And he was struck by lightning as a child. He went blind. And his father, he worked hard and fast to try to restore his son's eyesight, but instead he accidentally turned him into a big earthworm type thing.
It's a human earthworm. That sounds disgusting.
So, if you're an earthworm, after you come out of the ground, I mean, you have no arms, you have no legs, how do you fight evil?
You just, you have to believe in yourself. Because that's what heroes are. They believe and they fight for justice, and that's what I do.
I don't know, man. You're defeating evil with just, stout heart?
Well, he also emits silk from his,
Silk?
body, yes.
Okay.
Why?
He can crawl up buildings and stuff.
Spider-Man can crawl buildings.
Spider-Man doesn't crawl, he climbs. He would actually crawl. He would be all slimy.
Why didn't you just make Slugman then?
Well, then you could be defeated by Saltman. See, the movie just writes itself.
Exactly,
the movie just writes itself.
Exactly.
This is the crappiest superhero saga of all time.
No, I think it's good.
All right, Joe. Well, thanks for coming in. It's been a pleasure as always.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I mean, I'll come in whenever I'm called like a true hero.
We need to get a Joe Buckley sign. Just put it in the sky whenever we want him to come in, just like Batman.
What would it be? Just like lunch meat?
Yeah.
It's a big old salami.
When you see the salami in the sky, you know Joe Buckley's coming by.
Ooh, pastrami. Yeah.